waiting. So we have talked about several different kinds of angles this week and the end of last week. Can somebody please remind me what an adjacent angle is? Because that was the first one we talked about. What is an adjacent angle? Two angles next to each other, what requirements do they need to meet in order to be adjacent? Manuela, go ahead.
They need to share a side and a vertex.
They need to share one side and a vertex. Excellent. I got PBIS points for you guys that are answering my questions. The next thing we had talked about was complementary angles. What is a complementary angle? Jordania, please turn your camera on. All right, got many people answering in the chat. Two angles are complementary angles if their measures add up to 90 degrees, which I can see on the Guardian that some of you are switching back and forth to your Google Doc and back. Exactly why we create our Google Doc is to use it to be able to reference, so excellent work. After we talked about complementary, we then talked about supplementary. What is supplementary angles? Two angles that are added together to make 180 degrees. Nice job. I really appreciate the participation in the chat box and those of you that unmuted. All right, here is your link for today for your pair deck. Please click the link to join. I should have 15 students connected. Please do so quickly. All right, so our next piece that we will be talking about today are vertical angles. So looking at the intersecting lines in the picture on your pair deck slide, identify angles that you think will have the same measure, shade them in the same color, and why do you think that they would be congruent? Why do you think they would be the same size? So go ahead and answer your do now, and then while you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and put attendance in real quick. I know this is brand new, so I'm just asking you to try your best. What angles look like they might be equal to each other, and what makes you think that? All right, I see 4 people have it so far. Please respond on your pair deck slide if you didn't notice that question box. Waiting on 3. Manuela, check your work. Justin Martin, check your work. You're looking for the one that has an equal measure to angle 1. It should be angle 3, because they would both do 80 degrees. All right, if you do not have your Google Doc open, which should be becoming a habit to come to class and just open your Google Doc right away, please open your Google Doc and find where it says vertical angle, or just vertical. I'm going to switch my screen share so you guys can see what we need to add to this. I've also seen you guys using it to reference, which is exactly why we make it. Vertical angle, you have to have 2 intersecting lines. All right, so now look at lines 7 and 8, or angles 7 and 8, I'm sorry. Angles 7 and 8. Ask yourself, are these angles made up of only 2 lines? Got some mixed reviews here coming in. So I have 9 people saying that we only need 10 people saying not or yes, and 3 people saying no. I know you can't write on these slides, but you can with your finger trace over the angles. That to me seems to be the easiest way. Trace over them. I only drew 2 lines, and I have traced over angle 7 here and angle 8 here. So now that we know that there's 2 lines, we ask ourselves the next question. If, okay, it satisfies requirement 1, there are 2 lines. Are these angles across from each other? Are these angles across from each other? Yes or no? Yes. Therefore, we can confidently say that 7 and 8 are vertical angles. Let's go to the next one. All day today. All day today. All right, I'm going to offer a little less help on this one. Are angles 3 and 4 vertical angles? Why or why not? Requirement. And then you have the ability to shade in the angles that are across from each other. M, does that have a vertical angle? Everybody changed their answer. Use your inverse operations to solve. Why does that make sense? What's happening in this picture as to reason why? Is this line here part of my picture that I could have an angle that's opposite? Yes or no? No. So because I don't have an angle that is directly opposite from CBM, it is not possible to have a vertical angle in this picture. It is not possible. I think more people understood it because almost everybody changed their answer. Let's make this even a little bit more challenging. The skier's skis show vertical angles as they cross each other. What equation could be used to find the value of x? Vertical angles are always equal to one another. Always, no matter what. So I'm not asking for you to solve an equation. I'm asking for you to write an equation. How could I find the value of x based upon the given information in this picture? Zaire, great work. Genesis, great work. Amaya, excellent job. Abdul, great work. Cheyenne, nice job. I'm not asking how we would solve, I'm asking for you to write an equation. Some people are going into detail of how they would solve for this. I just need the equation. Gianna, great work. Justin, Martin, Freddie, I need an answer, please. Lauren, excellent. Oh, be careful, Lauren. I think you made a typo. Noella, great work. If I have two angles that are across from each other and I'm being told that they are vertical angles, I know that this angle here has to be equal to this side here. Just to visualize what this would be as an equation then, stick an equal sign in the middle. That makes life so much easier to see because I know that the left side is equal to the right side, so just smack an equal sign right in the middle there, and you'll be able to see that your equation kind of writes itself. I have 140 degrees equals 4x plus 40. No work that I needed to do here. I just set it up to say that the left side is equal to the right side. So now that we have an equation, go ahead and solve it. Use your inverse operations to solve and tell me what the value of x is. You might need a piece of scrap paper real quick to do this. When you are finished, type your value into your paragraph. Everybody so far has the correct answer, waiting on 7 more.